What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, I'm doing a playthrough of Iron Helm by Jason Glover. Man, we're going to keep this train rolling, guys, with the Iron Helm content. I'm having a freaking blast, and I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the Iron Helm videos on the channel lately. We're going to keep it going, man. We're going to do another playthrough in today's video, and we're going to do another random character. I've been having a lot of fun using the new character creation system and doing random characters, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing in today's video. So let's go ahead and get the cards set up here. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to get the cards set up like so. And we're going to pick ourselves a random character. So we're going to start at 1. We're going to go all the way down this way to 8. So we're going to roll a d12. If I roll a 9 or higher, we'll just go ahead and re-roll. And we got a 7. So we're going to play as a Merfolk. Ooh, okay, that's cool. Glad we're getting some different characters too. Okay, let's go ahead and flip these over. So we're going to have a Merfolk here as the race, and then we're going to pick our class on this side. So same deal. We'll go from 1 to 7. If we roll 8 or higher, we'll just re-roll. Okay, we got 11. We're going to re-roll. And we got a 6 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to be a Merfolk Warden. I believe we were a Warden last time, right? Yeah, I think so. But we're going to be a Merfolk Warden this time, rather than a crawling, so this is going to be a little bit different. We'll set these off to the side, and we're also going to pick a star sign. So let's set these up, and we're going to roll a d6 to choose our star sign, and we'll go from 1 down this way all the way down to 6. We got a 5, so we're going to pick this card here. And then, since they're double-sided, we're going to roll another d6. If we get a 1, 2, or a 3, we're going to be of the spider. And if we get 4, 5, or 6, we'll be of the toad. And we got a 2, so we're going to be of the spider. Ooh, interesting. So we're going to have a Merfolk Warden of the spider. So let's check out our character and see what we've got here for our stats. So as a Merfolk, we've got 9 health plus 5 as a Warden gives us 14 health. So let's get our health set up. I believe the game comes with 18 health tokens. Let's make sure that I did that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. This will be another 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we've got 14 health. Perfect. Okay, we'll set our health up this way. And then we've got 8 energy as a Merfolk and then plus 2 more as a Warden, so we get 10. And the game comes with 14 of these energy tokens, so we're going to leave 4 behind. Yep, and we should have 10. And then we're going to get 2 rations, like so. And we're also going to get 1 gold. Not a lot of gold, man. The Warden, he doesn't have much money. He doesn't have much money, but he's got some food, so that's good. And then we're going to check out the special ability for... Oh, also, we can hold up to 9 weight worth of items as a Merfolk. Which is pretty good. It's pretty decent. It's okay. The Merfolk says his race ability is gain 1 energy every time you use a potion to attack an enemy. So like anytime we throw like an ice shard potion, a holy water potion, or a spark bomb, we're going to get to gain 1 energy every time we use a potion to attack an enemy. So that's really good. That's really cool. We're going to want to try to get a bunch of potions if we can. So that's for the Merfolk. And then the Warden, it says, to protect and unbind is my oath's fate. My eyes like a guard in the high tower. To the side of evil I am a thorn. I am impassable like an iron gate. Test my axe and discover noble power. To this honorable pledge I am sworn. So once again, we're like a pious character here. And then our star sign is of the spider, which says, pick a starting trapping, circlet, dwarven blade, or 2 gold. We have the agility attribute here as our proficiency, and we get -2 morality. So once again, similar to last time, we're a Warden, so we should be like good because it says to the side of evil I am a thorn, like we're really righteous and pious. But our star sign makes us a little devious, so we start with -2 morality just based off of our star sign. And then we could pick that starting trapping of a circlet, a dwarven blade, or we can start with 2 gold. So let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, also we're going to pick a starting skill with the Warden, but let's see here. We could get Axe Mastery, Shield Block, Fortitude, or Parry. So Axe Mastery is not going to work with any of this stuff over here. Like if we get the Dwarven Blade, that's not really going to help. Shield block, we're not going to start with a shield. I'm probably going to end up going with fortitude again, honestly. But let's see. We've got the circlet and the dwarven blade in here that we could check out. Let's see. Where is the circlet? Okay, here's the circlet. It weighs 1. It goes on your head, of course. It says you gain an additional 2 health when you drink a health potion. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. But we need a weapon. The Dwarven Blade says +2 to the sum of your attack roll versus goblins, orcs, or trolls. So we're going to go with this because we really need a weapon. I don't want to go into the dungeon just having to punch everything, which is a bit of a shame. It's like you'd never really pick the other ones necessarily. I mean, I guess if you wanted to give yourself a challenge, but in this case, we're going to go with the Dwarven Blade. So yeah, we're going to get +2 to the sum of our attack rolls versus goblins, orcs, and trolls. So we're going to do +2 damage to those enemies. Sweet. Okay. And then we get to pick a starting skill. So axe mastery, shield block, fortitude, or parry. I think I'm going to go with fortitude. And let's see. And it's right here. +1 health whenever you drink a health potion. So it's kind of like a mini circlet. Rather than getting +2 health, you get +1. But you also get this. You no longer increase your poison level at the end of the round, which is really, really good. So that's going to be our starting skill. And since we have the agility attribute, I'm going to go ahead and put those at the front here. And we're probably going to end up getting 6 cents whenever we level up. So this is good. We can get 6 cents for three enemies killed rather than 5. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to take our character and set it up like so. So we've got our Merfolk Warden of the Spider right there. Awesome. Cool. And then we got our Dwarven Blade. Nice. And this weighs 2. So we're going to set our encumbrance to 2 to start out. Okay, let's go ahead and get all the decks of cards shuffled up now that we have our character created. And we'll just give these a quick little mix. It's also worth noting, I am playing with several of the expansions once again. I'm playing with the Beast and Burdens pack, the Loot and Lore pack, and the Fanny pack. So each of those adds several different things. It adds some plots to the game. There's some mini bosses as plot cards, which is pretty cool. Adds a couple of potions in the form of energy potions. It adds some new loot. The Fanny pack has some fan-made loot in it, which is cool. And the Loot and Lore pack also adds some loot, as well as plots. That's the lore part of the Loot and Lore, the plots. And then there's a bunch of new enemies as well. So we've got quite a bit going on here. Plus, there's this affliction deck that is part of the Beast and Burdens pack. That's the burden portion of the Beast and Burdens pack. And there's a few ways you can get those. You can get those if at the end of a level of the dungeon you don't have any food and you can't eat. Not only do you take the 3 damage, you also gain an affliction. If at any point you gain a 3rd poison token, you gain an affliction. And there are certain enemies in the enemy deck that when they deal damage to you, they give you afflictions. So those are the 3 ways. And to cure afflictions, if you drink a health potion, if you drink a healing potion, it'll remove 1 affliction of your choice. And if you drink a poison antidote, it removes all afflictions. So that's how those work. They kind of rarely come into play, honestly. So not that I want them to come into play, though, because they're bad. They're afflictions, but we'll see. It might be kind of cool to experience that if and when it happens. Okay, I think we're set up and ready to go, guys. We're in level 1 of the dungeon. We're starting at -2 morality. Last but not least, let's mix up the blessing tokens real quick here. We'll give those a quick little shuffle, and I'm going to put one on top of the bosses over here to remind myself to use those at the end. And I just spilled the gold everywhere. Let's pick up the gold real quick. And yeah, guys, we're going to head into the dungeon as a Merfolk Warden of the Spider. Here we go. I think we're good to go, guys. I think we're set up and ready to go. Heading in, room 1, level 1. What do we got? Treasure right out of the gate. You find an open chest that has been looted. A single coin remains. Gain 1 gold. Boom. There we go. Nice way to start out. Nice and easy. We find a gold. Oh, you know what? We could have bought trappings with our gold, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm fine with it. I think the only thing I probably would have bought is rations, and we already have a couple rations, so we're good. We got an ambush here as the first card. I'm going to go ahead and resolve this. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and ignore their initial damage because we get to attack first, and you add the dungeon level to their health. So +1 to the health of a goblin. And ooh, we got that Dwarven Blade that does +2 damage to goblins. So this guy's going to have 3 health. We get to attack first. It says you may avoid this conflict by spending 1 gold. Now, we want to kill him and put him in our grave so that we can start working our way toward that 6th sense skill. So I'm going to spend 1 energy here. We're going to roll. And again, +2 to the sum of your attack roll versus goblins, orcs, and trolls. So no matter what we roll, he's dead. We did 5 + 2 is 7. He is super dead. We slashed down the goblin with our dwarven blade. He didn't even see it coming. We snuck up on him and ambushed him. He's got a treasure class of 1, and he gives us 1 gold. So we're going to scoop up this gold. And we're going to get, with a treasure class of 1, you can either draw a loot card or you can take a gold. I'm going to go ahead and draw a loot card since we don't have any armor or anything. Hopefully we can get something here. And we found an explorer's map. It weighs 1, so we're going to go ahead and increase our encumbrance. It says, lose 1 less ration when lost in the labyrinth, and this is an accessory, so we're going to keep this down here in our backpack. So if we encounter the labyrinth, we'll lose 1 less ration when we get lost in it. Okay, let's keep on going, guys. Let's go into the next room. What do we have up ahead? A campsite. You have spied a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself. Choose one of the following actions. We can cook, search, or rest. If we cook, we would spend a ration to gain 3 energy. We don't really need that. We're only missing 1. We can search to gain a ration, or we can rest to spend a ration to gain 2 health and lose a poison. But we're at full health and we don't have any poison. So we're going to search, man. We're going to snoop around the campsite, and we found that whoever was here last had some leftover bread. So we're going to scoop up their food, and we got that to chow on for later. Okay, let's keep on going. We've got a merchant here. This is awesome. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place to set up shop, but who are you to question his sanity? That is a fair point. I mean, we are down in this deep dungeon too. You may make a purchase from the merchant. So we can buy and sell. The merchant will buy unwanted items for you for 1 gold each, of course. And we're on level 1, so he's going to have 1 loot in the form of an ice hack, which is insane. And he's got a potion, which is an antidote, which is also fantastic. The ice hack costs 5, and we've got 3 gold. I'm going to sell him the explorer's map. He's going to give us 1 gold. We're going to sell him the dwarven blade. He's going to give us another gold. I'm going to put the dwarven blade back into the trapping deck. There we go. And we've got 5 gold, guys. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold. It costs 5 gold to buy the ice hack. We're going to buy it. That is incredible, dude. The ice hack and the cinder blade are like the best weapons in the loot deck. So we are hooked up. We're ready to go. So we're going to buy the ice hack. We just dropped all of our stuff, so we've got no encumbrance, but now this weighs 2. So we're going to go up to 2. And it says it's a primary hand weapon, so we can still hold a shield in our offhand if we find one. It says you may discard this card to deal 3d6 damage while spending 0 energy. So you could throw the axe. +3 to the sum of your attack roll versus enemies weak to frost. And of course, this weapon right here, a little cool tidbit of information, and I'm sure most of you guys picked up on this if you've played both games. This was the inspiration for the axe in Cryptcrawler. You could throw the axe in Cryptcrawler and deal a bunch of damage with it, and I was inspired by the ice hack from Iron Helm. So cool. So we're probably not going to do that unless we reach the boss and we really, are in a dire, we're in dire straits and we run out of energy. We can throw the axe, but it's really nice because as long as we keep this, we get +3 to the sum of our attack rolls versus enemies weak to frost. So this is a really, really powerful item right there. And then there's this antidote, and as much as I would like to pick this up as a backup, I don't have any gold left. So we're going to have to go ahead and tell the merchant, you know what, maybe I'll come back for that as I work my way out of the dungeon if I get lucky enough. Okay, we're going to move on. We've got a skirmish coming up. I'm almost tempted to just do it because we haven't seen many skirmishes, and I feel like we might push into either a skirmish or an ambush, so I'm actually just going to resolve this. It says you draw your weapon and are ready for battle. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +2 to their health, so +3 to the health of... Ooh, here we go, dude. This is an ocahedron. This is one of the enemies from the Beasts and Burdens pack that can give afflictions. So this guy says, gain an affliction if you roll 2 or more 1s during an attack. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give him, what was it, 3 extra health? Yeah, 3 extra health, so he's going to have 11. Okay, so we gain an affliction if you roll 2 or more 1s during an attack. So when we attack him, if we roll two 1s or more, we're going to gain an affliction. He's got a base attack of 2. He's got a treasure class of 2, which is awesome, and he's weak to fire. The ocahedron is going to get to attack first. So we've got no armor, unfortunately, guys. So he's going to be doing +2 to his roll here. And he does 3 + 2 is 5. My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a huge, huge attack. We really need some armor. I'm going to spend 3 energy, guys. I'm going to spend all 3 energy. We don't want double ones here or anything higher. We don't triple ones either, that's for sure. See if we can get them. You have got to be kidding me. Well, I did say that it'd be kind of cool if we got some afflictions. Damn it, dude. No way. We do 5 damage, which is nothing with 3 energy. And you gain an affliction if you roll 2 or more ones during an attack. Let's go ahead and shuffle up the afflictions. I didn't even bother to shuffle them. Let's give them a quick little mix. And, oh man, okay, we got necrophobia. Let's see what this is. Sounds like we're going to be afraid of like undead creatures or something. Years of seeing piles of bodies on blood-soaked battlefields and encounters with the raised dead has finally caught up with you. The sight of the undead causes a more than normal reaction from you now. You attempt to flee all encounters with the undead. When an enemy is drawn that has the undead icon, you flee. You suffer damage equal to the enemy's base damage plus the dungeon level. The enemy card is placed in the discard and you resume your adventure. If you reach an undead boss at the game's end and you still have this affliction, you are defeated automatically. Oh my god, so if we reach the lich, basically, we'll lose automatically. Dude, this is gnarly right here. This is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to keep this. I'm just going to keep this down here kind of in our little accessory section. Whew. Okay, so if we encounter any enemies, if we're still alive after this fight, that is, if we encounter any enemies with the undead icon, we have to instantly flee the battle, and we're going to take damage equal to their attack, plus whatever the dungeon level is, and then they're going to get discarded up this way. Dude, that's brutal. Okay, that's pretty cool, though. It's pretty interesting. Okay, the ocahedron is going to go. This is not looking great, by the way, guys. Ocahedron is going to attack. He gets +2 to his roll. Okay, he's doing 2 + 2 is 4. We need to kill him on this next attack. We need to kill him on this next attack. Let's see, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5 HP, dudes. You know what? I'm gonna spend 2. I'm gonna spend 2. This is a little risky, but the odds are in our favor here. We got like a 66% chance or so. Something like that. Let's go ahead and see what we get. Cool, we got 9. Plenty enough to take him down. Let's go. Okay, we're running low on energy after that fight, dude. We're getting exhausted after fighting this thing. This is a crazy enemy. It's really cool looking. So it's got that treasure class of 2, so we're going to get a loot and a potion. So let's go ahead and grab a loot. We really need armor. And we found a dagger. It says, you must re-roll die results of 6 when a dagger is used as a primary weapon. There is a skill, I believe. Let's see, I believe it's a bronze skill. The name is eluding me at the moment. What is it? It's dual wield. You may equip a dagger in your offhand, gaining +2 to the sum of your attack rolls. So that's an option too if we hang on to the dagger for long enough. So we're going to pick up the dagger. We're going to go up to 3 encumbrance since it weighs 1. So we'll hang on to that in our backpack. We'll sheathe that in our, maybe we'll just sheathe it on our belt. And then we also get a potion as well. A healing potion would be fantastic. It's a holy water potion. That'll be good too because we've got a race ability that we gain 1 energy every time we use a potion to attack. And this is a potion that we can attack with. You may discard this card to deal 2d6 damage plus 5 damage to the undead. Unfortunately, we have necrophobia, so we're not going to be able to use that against undead enemies until we're able to get rid of that right there. But hey, it's something. We've got it. And then the octahedron goes in our graveyard over this way. Cool. So if we get 1 more enemy defeated, we can get 6 cents, which would be fantastic. Okay, we got an ambush here, and even though we're low on health, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So we catch our foe by surprise. We draw an enemy card, ignore their initial damage, and add +1 to the health of a wolf. Okay, so this wolf is going to have 4 HP. It says you may avoid this conflict by spending 1 ration. I don't want to do that. We're just going to attack. I'm going to spend 1, guys. This is very risky. This is a 50-50. Ooh, you know what? No. Because he could literally kill us. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm spending 2. I'm spending 2. And we got 5. Oh my god, I wouldn't have killed him with either one of those had I rolled just 1 die. So there we go. We took him down. He's got a treasure class of 1. We're gonna get a loot. Come on, give us something good. Oh, also when we pick up this potion, we go up to 4 encumbrance. Come on. A magic ring. That is awesome. It's not armor, but this is insanely good. So we're gonna go up to 5 encumbrance here when we pick this up. It's an accessory. Once per dungeon level, you may avoid an ambush. Let's go. This ring almost looks like this one, kind of. It's similar. I guess that's the most similar ring I have to this one. So we'll just say we picked up this ring right here. Nice, guys. So yeah, once per adventure level, or once per dungeon level rather, you may avoid an ambush. Amazing piece of loot right there. And then we get the wolf in our graveyard, and we've got 3 enemies in the graveyard. So we can go ahead and flip those over, and we're going to get ourselves a skill in the form of 6 cents. Once per dungeon level, you may either avoid an ambush, like the magic ring, or reveal both dungeon cards and choose one to resolve. Amazing. I say it every time I play. That is, in my opinion, the best skill in the game. By far. So we're going to go ahead and get that one. Okay, let's keep going. We're getting close to the end of level 1 here, guys. We only got a couple rooms left. We've got a skirmish. Ooh. I think I'm going to 6 cents to see what's the other way. Let's see what's the other way. A skirmish. Well, we're going to pick the skirmish, I guess. This might be the end of the road, guys. I hate to say it. You draw your weapon and are ready for battle. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +2 to the health of, so +3 to the health of. Can we get a pit trap? Oh, a giant spider. Man, this might be the end, dudes. This might be the end. We really need armor, and we don't have any. It says, every time the giant spider successfully hits, your next attack costs an extra energy to execute. It is weak to frost, so if we can hit it, we're going to deal +3 damage with the ice hack, but we got to get really lucky to live through its initial attack. It's doing +2 damage. Here we go, guys. And it does 1 + 2 is 3. Okay, good. We're still alive. We're down to 2 HP right now. My goodness. So it did hit us. So every time it successfully hits, your next attack costs an extra energy to execute. So, oh man, I'd only be able to roll 1 die. Guys, this is not good. I'm just going to throw the holy water. So with our race ability, you gain 1 energy every time you use a potion to attack an enemy. So we're going to gain 1 energy. We're going to throw the holy water potion. We're going to roll 2d6. Come on, we need some luck. Let's go, dude. We got 11. Oh my god, dude. Amazing. Amazing. We take down the giant spider. It sizzles and burns from the holy water potion. And it's got a treasure class of 0 and drops no gold. So we get nothing from it. But hey, we do get it in our graveyard toward another skill. So there's something. Oh my god, that was lucky. Okay, that was super, super lucky. Let's keep on going. We got 1 room left. Okay, we found an altar. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You drop at the altar and pray for. We can pray for a blessing to get a blessing token, or healing to remove poison. Since we don't have poison, there's a no-brainer. We're going to grab a blessing token right there. Cool, man. Okay, we made it to the end of level 1, so that's good. That's something. The adventure continues, at least. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up the dungeon deck. And yeah, it's looking really grim, though. We're at 2 HP. The Merfolk, Warden of the Spider over here is just... He's like crawling on the ground on his hands and knees right now. He's like crawling. He's just like tumbling down the stairs to level 2. He's on his stomach, just like a snake slithering down the stairs to level 2. Okay, we're going to have to eat a ration in between levels. That's going to gain us 1 energy. We're going to get 6 cents back. We don't have any poison, so we're good there. We're going to move into level 2, and we're going to draw our first plot card of the adventure. We didn't find the clearing through our pass of level 1, so let's see what this plot card is. So, old woman. You hear a moaning sound from the shadows, and you discover a lost old woman. She is frail and mutters on about losing something in the darkness. We can help her escape the dungeon, or we can leave her and search instead. Guys, you already know. You ignore the old hag and instead look for what she may have lost. Move down 1 on the morality track. I was already on my way down anyway. And gain 1 random treasure card. Don't mind if I do. Come on, dude. Armor. Bam. Rations. Okay, I'll take that. You may discard this card to regain 2 energy. Let's do it. We're going to discard this and regain 2 energy that we very much need. And we gain 2 icons toward reaching the boss. Nice. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going into level 2 of the dungeon in Iron Helm with the Merfolk, Warden of the Spider. What do we got? We got an altar. There was an altar at the end of the last level and another altar here. We're going to drop to our knees and pray for another blessing since we have no poison on us. Cool. It's always nice to find the altar when you don't have poison because it's nice to get those blessing tokens in case you reach the boss. Okay, let's keep on going. We got a skirmish here. I really want to push my luck, guys. If we push into a skirmish, though, it's probably going to be the end of the road, but I'm going to push. Oof. Okay, we push into the labyrinth, and I had sold my map. So, Dret, you cannot seem to find your way out. Discard 2 rations and lose 3 health for each ration you cannot discard. Fortunately, we have exactly 2. If we didn't, we would have died to starvation in the labyrinth. That was pretty brutal. Let's keep on going. We got another skirmish. I'm going to push my luck. Into the clearing. Dude, it's so much tension right now being down on 2 HP and pushing your luck. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw a plot card. Bam. The hid inn. You smell a roasting meat and hear the sounds of laughter and clanking dishes. Of all the places to find a secret tavern, you enter the small door and are met with friendly gazes. You can eat and rest by the fire or gamble. To do either of those, you have to pay a gold. I wish I had the gold to pay, because if we did, we could pay a gold for a meal and gain 2 health and 1 energy, which would be incredible, but we're broke. We don't have any gold. So we're just going to have to leave, but we do get 2 eyes toward finding the boss. There we go. So we're up to 4 eyes now, 4 icons. Okay, cool. It's always good finding the clearing. Lets you get to the boss a little bit quicker. We got an arrow trap, and you know what? We're just going to do this. It's always best to just do the arrow trap first if it's the first card. That way you don't push into a skirmish or an ambush. Your curiosity with the ruby-eyed statue comes at a cost. Gain 1 poison token. Okay, we're going to gain 1 poison. We're effectively at 1 HP right now, guys, because we've got 2 health and 1 poison. Let's keep on going. I guess I could have 6th sense there, but you know what? It is what it is. It's too late now. We got a skirmish. And I'm getting a little bit nervous here. I'm going to push. No way, dude. Even if I would have 6th sense, we would have pushed. We would have had to go to a skirmish anyway. I think this is going to be it, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is going to be it unless we get astronomically lucky. You are taken off guard and stumble for your weapon. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level plus 4 to their health. So we're on dungeon level 2, so plus 6 to the health of... Come on, give us a pit trap. It's a... Okay, well, it's a zombie. It is a zombie, which means we have to flee from it because it's undead. We take damage equal to its attack plus the dungeon level. So 0 plus 2 is 2 damage. And the zombie hits us for 2 damage. And the Merfolk Warden of the Spider is dead. Dang, dude. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. He was cut down too short, man. He was cut down in his prime. We sustained so much damage from that ocahedron guy on level 1. That really set us up for failure. That was tough. We couldn't find any armor all game. We did find several pieces of loot, but unfortunately we didn't find any armor, and that's just how it goes sometimes, guys. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, man. Win or lose, I always have a blast playing Iron Helm, and I hope you guys are enjoying the playthroughs. If you are, hit that thumbs up like button, click the red subscribe button, and click the bell so you can stay notified every time I upload brand new videos. And I'll have more videos of Iron Helm and other solo player tabletop games coming to the channel very soon, so be on the lookout. And until then, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.